Hey guys, a warm welcome back to the channel. As you can see, I am no longer in the cold, harsh winters of the UK. We are here in sunny Florida. But why am I here? Well,
so Scott came out here just to hang out, have a little bit of fun. Sure, I left the simple part for him here. That's to install the shift tower. It really is the easy part, Scott. I did the clutch already. I did the actuator. We're gonna have a good time. We're not gonna do any sort of hard work, any heavy lifting. Sounds pretty good. Shit. We got a massive oil leak, dude.
This is one Ferrari, one of many Ferraris that have grown since my last visit here. The amount of Ferraris around the farm is ridiculous, yeah. As you can see in the backdrop over there, we won't even talk about that one. No. This one here, potentially this could be a simple job, but these simple jobs turn into nightmares. This is one of them. We're going to be working on another one that's all been ripped apart that someone needs to fix and put back together. But the real reason, one of the main reasons that I came here was for a completely different reason entirely. It was all about parts transportation.
I thought it was about Tavares.
It was about Tavares. This is one of those days where things don't quite go right. Oh my god!
Accelerated, and then I just heard a conk, and I saw a bunch of smoke, and I said, "Hey, I think the engine just blew."
A little bit of an unexpected evening. Pushing a 675 LT down the road, and welcome back to Car Track 10.
Maybe I'll just call it a day.
But today's mission is on a whole new level. This is the complete extreme. My buddy SamCrac has a Ferrari 599 build. Now he was struggling to find parts for that repair, and well, typically what we find over here is the Ferrari parts on the second-hand market seem to be a little bit cheaper. So he discovered a back bumper. Now this, and I can't believe it myself, was only... I'm going to reveal more of that in just a second, but first of all I want to show you a real world hack, how I save money on parts like these. So I am looking for parts for a future Ferrari project build. Now I'm looking here in the UK on eBay. This is the cheapest fender I can find, front wing, £2,750. But a quick little hack is I go on my drop down for NordVPN, I reroute my IP address over to the US and I redo a search. Now because my IP address is now reading that I'm in the US, it opens up a whole new load of options. This wing here is in the right colour. It's got a £500 wing badge with it, and it's a lot cheaper. So by using NordVPN, I've already saved a heck of a load of money. And it's the same story when you're booking your travel, flights, hotels, car hire. If the travel company sees your IP address in an affluent country, the prices go up. In today's video, the combination of parts and my travel, I have not just saved hundreds, I have saved thousands by using NordVPN. And right now it's Nord's birthday, and to celebrate with every 2-year plan purchase, you can win anywhere between 3 and 12 months extra on top. Plus, if you use my link in the description below, you'll get an extra 1 month on top of that. So that is a minimum of 4 months in total, but possibly a lot more. There's a risk-free 30-day money-back guarantee, so it's a no-brainer. So if, like me, you enjoy saving money with a simple click, make sure you use NordVPN. Head on over to nordvpn.com/Ratarossa and start saving. Got to get this across the pond to the US. To ship something this big costs a lot of money, about £1,000 to get this, because it has to pretty much be wrapped up, crated to get there. Now that then doesn't make this a bargain. So how are we going to get this to the US? Well, we came up with a cunning plan. Well, the size limit on a plane for oversized baggage, the maximum width is 190 centimeters. As you can see, this thing is rather large, and we are just below the limit on all 3 axes. So the width, the height, the whole thing, even the weight is right on the absolute margin. But my friend Sam, well, he is rather canny, and not only has he got himself a bumper, well, yes, not only do we have a Ferrari 599 rear bumper, but we also have a front wing, or a fender as it's known, across the pond. And this thing is not exactly small either, so we have 2 oversized baggage to try and get on the flight. But if we're successful, the combination of this cost and my flight is still a lot less than it would be to try and ship this across the pond. So let's see how successful we are. That's it. There we go. Okay, managed to squeeze them both in. However, next dilemma. We've got the goods to the airport, we've got them checked in. Now we just need to fly across the pond with them, see if well, we can get them into America. My man there, I could never have done this. I've got to do this on my own on the other side. I don't know how we're going to do it. Anyway, so far so good. We made it halfway through. We're on the plane. I can't believe I actually pulled this off. Yeah, we have successfully got to Tampa with these two massive things. This guy owes me a bit of a favor. Now this came to a grand total of £230 extra luggage to ship it. Now we're gonna have to open these up and just check that final stage that they haven't been damaged. Now the problem was, I came here, these are 599 parts, but you will notice there is a lack of a 599. There's a few bits left over from the car. Where is the car, Sam?
Car is currently with my friend V-Tune, where he's doing an excellent job putting it back together, something I couldn't do.
So you've got me to bring your parts, V-Tune to fix your car.
Yeah, it's
and you'll just sell it for a profit.
It's a good life.
Anyway, I'm going to open these up. Let's see that they're not damaged, yeah? And then then I'm going to reveal how much you've saved by doing this.
A lot of money.
Which is pretty incredible.
And not only are we checking the condition, you never even opened this one. This could be a Nissan Navara bumper for all we know.
It could be, yeah. We could have just been completely ripped off.
And then we'll find out how much extra I'll end up paying to get the right bumper.
For the second trip.
Yeah.
He's happy.
Really happy.
A little bit of damage on this, yeah?
Look at right here. You see it? There you go.
You got a bit of damage here, but okay, let's go through the numbers of how much we saved. So £230 to get this on the flight. My cost is just love, yeah. But this fender, you paid what? £1,000?
£1,000.
£1,000. So that would normally be just under £3,000 new if you could get one, yeah. We got a bonus on this one though, a couple of bonuses. This badge here, just this shield, £650.
How much is this grill?
This bit I'm not sure, and we've got a indicator there, you know, so we saved a lot of money.
This bit, you're saying this bit, you know Ferrari charges hundreds of pounds for something
this
like
little
this.
vent here, yeah.
And you probably can't get it. You probably couldn't get it.
Yeah. So fender, big saving. Then we've got suspension arm, which we haven't got here. You paid?
It was £200.
£200. £800 normally to get one new. But the biggest bargain of all is this rear bumper. You pay, so it was advertised, which was an incredible price up front, £200. I couldn't believe it. But it was £200 or best offer, and
you were putting it on me.
We lowballed in, didn't we? We lowballed at 150.
Scott goes, it says best offer, let's make him an offer, yeah.
We actually won it for £170. Now this, to buy it from Ferrari, if you could get it, you can't get it, there's no stock anywhere these. Over £7,000.
And here in the United States, just to buy a used one, the cheapest, in, you know, beat up condition, probably a little worse than this one. This was actually in really good shape. We found one for around $2,000, and the guy wanted us to go pick it up in a completely different state. He wouldn't ship it, so
grand total, over £11,000 worth of parts, and it cost, with the shipping and a bit of wrapping, less than 2,000?
Way less than 2,000. About what, 1700 US?
1700 US, and that's how you do it. And then we need to go and fix some cars now. There we go.
Yeah, thank you very much, by the way.
Now obviously I didn't just come here to deliver some expensive Ferrari parts. I came to help Sam with one of his supercars. Well, as you can see, there are plenty around here that would keep me busy for months, but the one we're going to be working on today is one of my favorites, a Ferrari 360 Spider. And as you can see, well, Sam is cracking on with it a bit here. He picked up this blue Ferrari 360 Spider for an absolute steal at just $30,000, but as with all of his cars, it came with a few problems. The first being it wasn't running. That, however, was a very quick fix during collection simply by grounding the engine ECUs. There's a few more other jobs that need attention on the car, including a very saggy roof, a common problem that plagues many 360 Spiders. Okay, so let's talk about today's mission on this. This is the roof cassette, which comes out of the Spider in a complete module, but it can be an absolute nightmare. Now, this obviously had a few problems, and Sam discovered that he had, out of the 7 hydraulic rams, 5 of them needed some work. So some of these have been sent off. These are extremely expensive if you buy them new from Ferrari, but fortunately there are aftermarket companies that can refurbish these. So today's mission
is to get that working and back in the car. Those rams that you were just showing, they're expensive just to get them repaired, and all they're doing is opening them up, putting a seal in. But if you don't know how to open them up right, and you do,
you must have special tools to be able to do it. Because I looked at a 355 and I couldn't figure it out. Yeah, you needed some good kit to be able to.
So on the early Ferrari 360 Spiders, the frontmost ram actually has a line pressed into it, and it leaks right where the line is pressed into it. So they modify that one and make it with a fitting so it's held in with the screws, so it's serviceable in the future.
And this one is an early one, or?
This is an early one.
Okay.
So they modified that one, that was good. And then the rearmost ones have serviceable units, but again, if you don't know how to take them apart, and if you just scratch the shaft that goes in and out, I mean, it'll never work right again. You'll have to buy a new one. And like you said, first of all, they don't make them. You have to buy a used one. Yeah. And the used ones can range anywhere from the several hundreds of US to over $1,000 for one of them. And there's 7 of them.
So how much did you pay to get 4 refurbished?
I got 5 refurbished. It was probably in the neighborhood of $1,200 or $1,300.
Wow, still expensive, yeah?
They got a good deal going on for themselves, the people that do it, because all they're doing is opening them up. Once you figure out that part of it, they put a seal in it and put it all back together. One seal times 5, $1,300. That's Ferrari math for you.
That is, isn't it, Ferrari?
Really?
So let's roll our sleeves up and try and figure this thing out. So first of all, we have got the big hydraulic ram over on this side installed, but we've discovered a major problem already, and that is to do with this right side hydraulic ram that sits down there, and that is that the pin that sits through the ram right there and sits in this guide rail, allowing it to slide up and down, it is missing. Now I don't know if that was missing to start with, or it's just been lost when it's been posted away. Either way, we don't have one, and the problem is Ferrari don't sell one either, so we need to figure out how we're going to make one of these, otherwise this is not going to work at all. So we are having to improvise here. We're at a hardware store and we are looking through all of these racks, and this is what we've come up with. So what was the size of this one? It's like an M4, basically an M4, 3 or 4?
Smaller than an M3. That's a standard size, yeah.
Okay, so we're going to put this through here. We're going to get a lock nut on there and a washer, and then
these tiny lock nuts and washers right here
is going to enable us to have this thing slide up and down. Now we've got a bit of a spacing issue on here where it's kind of been bent. We just need to sort that out. This is improvisation at its best. So we thread lock the nut in place, but I'm just going to be double cautious by putting a nylock nut on the end there, just so this thing can never come undone. Now, working on a complex part like this that has been taken apart by multiple people before is not ideal. Now, Sage put this one back in the other day. I'm trying to figure out if the bottom half of this should be bolted somewhere, or it should actually float like that. Now we're going to try and put the other one in. Now we have one saving grace here. Fortunately, Sam has got the famous green 360 Spider parked out here in the field, and it's going to make itself extremely useful with finding out how to put this thing back together. Now we've got some of the panels off back here already, just giving it a little wipe up back here. But this is the side we're looking at the moment. The other side's still all intact, but up here somewhere is where all of that hydraulic ram sits. And well, as you can see, it's really tight in there, so I'm going to have a good look around just to see exactly how this thing goes back together. And yeah, we're going to use this as a blueprint to really help us put the blue car back together.
Come on, you. It's on.
This motor here drives these cables here, which are kind of like an old style speedo cable. They turn around, they spin in there. There's one there, and the other one is over here. Now, this side was actually connected to the motor. Now, if you look at the spare motor here, you've got a little hole there that it connects to, and a little hole there, so that when that motor spins those cables, and what it does is it comes up here, and if you look down here, this bit is the flap. So when the roof is completely down, to cover all this mess here, Ferrari have these nice little flaps that come up there. Now, as I said, this one over here, this cable was completely removed, and I've started to look at it, and there's a little bit of a problem here. So when you start putting this into the motor, it doesn't actually fit. If you look at the other side, that slots in like so. Now, I've had a little play around with it. The issue was that this end piece here had been put on the incorrect way. So someone had a problem with this, and I suspect what has happened is this little kind of collar had come off. This had popped off, someone had put it on the wrong way, and they couldn't figure out what was going on. Luckily, we had the green car. I used the green car to work out where the problem was, and this was pushed on here. Now, what we need to do is put it on the correct way and crimp it, because what happened, I think, is this had come out and it stopped this flap going up, and it caused all kinds of problems with this roof mechanism. So a simple little thing like that can have a rather catastrophic effect. And when I say that, these panels here, these little nice covers, are about £800 each from Ferrari with all the VAT and the shipping. So you really don't want to cause a problem there. So I'm going to put this all back together nicely, crimp that up so it doesn't have the problem again, and then hopefully that is all the problems I can discover so far on this roof fixed. Okay, so the frame is all together on the roof. The next job, which is quite a difficult one, is to get this thing back in the car. Now, when I did it on the Red Spider, it was all with manpower. Today, we're going to make it a lot easier. This guy is very fortunate. He has a lift here, so we're going to strap it to the lift, bring it up, lower it down.
Can you let it hang? What's it going to do?
A little bit more. Give me a
Look at that. Beautiful.
Cool.
See, that's how high it goes. It's amazing. You think it would
Those
go that
there need to clear that windscreen. Which ain't going to happen. We're going to have to back it in, mate. There's no way we're going to get that over the front. Rather than try and risk it going over the front here, Sam is going to drive around the barn and back it in from over here.
Works well, isn't it?
Put the window down as well.
Works
Sounds
well,
great.
It does drive good.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Back in gear. Here we go. Straight.
Come back, yeah. Okay, just leave it there for now. Okay, so we are in a bit of a better position here, but not perfect. You see, these are still lower than the bodywork now. They're also very sharp. What we need to do is maneuver this somehow to clear all of this rear fender, rear wing, get to this point really over here, and then they sit down on these pins right down there. Now I noticed the other day that pin is a little bit bent, so I'm going to go and straighten that one out so we've got no problems when we start to lower this thing in place.
We're close. Just watch over the computer. Keep going.
Going, yeah, keep going. More.
Mats.
More.
Right there.
Get it upside down.
Hold on. Watch out. Where's the
Okay, that's it, Mike.
That's it, eh?
That's it. It's like an L shape, isn't it? So that in.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I see that.
See what I mean?
Yep.
All right, Sam, go down again.
Yeah, I feel like I'm in.
Yeah, I feel like I'm in as well. Going down, Sam.
Yeah.
We're down.
Over more. I'm a little too forward.
Keep going. So we are looking good. The lift really helped. With the roof cassette back in place and all hooked up, I left the easy final parts for Sam to reinstall and once again enjoy a working roof while I jumped on a flight back home with another Ferrari mission accomplished. Okay guys, hope you enjoyed that one. We are back here in the UK, which feels like we're on our 4th winter this year so far. Anyway, I'm going to be back working on a real 360. There's a lot of work to do here, as you can see. But before you even comment, next video is all about the BBI. Anyway guys, hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget, check out what I get up to on a daily basis on my socials. I will see you very shortly in the next one. Watch the outtakes coming now. Ciao. Tell everyone where you can get this lovely merch.
This merch is available only from me and my body, so the highest bidder gets this one that I have. I don't have any more than one.
There you go, guys. Yeah.
That was
Start your bidding in the comments below.
That was the worst merch plug ever, but at least they know if they get
it's unique. It's one of one.
It's exclusive.
Signed.
It's a one-of-one.
Signed.
Worn by me.
Worn. He even got his sweat on it.
Well,
he doesn't sweat. He gets everyone else to sweat. Now the next issue is not only has Sam dicked around with this, but, but someone else has dicked around with it majorly before.
Yeah. We could use the power out of your running mouth to get it going. That's all you've been doing all afternoon. We're gonna get the lift, mate. We're gonna do this. Where's the...
Every single take, he ruins it.
What are you... We're gonna do... We did it with manpower. With 5... I did it with 5 men. And now, he's gonna do it with tools. Because he's a tool. Jeez Louise. Get a grip, man.
You just keep playing with your strap-ons.
Did I ruin it for you?
Totally ruined it. Well, take a look back there. We got a... 1 second. Is this one here? Oh, there he is. There he is. Yeah. The Ferrari 360.
Did I screw you up?